Good morning, traders. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is having a blessed morning. Good morning to Mimi, Starch Mom, Dennis, Bill VW, JC, Randy, Stefan, Alfredo, Alex, Yolanda, OT, Backroad Bound, Stefan, Naveen, Peterson. Nice little crowd this morning. Glad you could make it. Good morning, Installer Pro. Mr. Rodriguez, who loves Lunatic. Looks like you guys are catching on. Getting here a little bit early. Of course, most of you do anyway. Catch that 6 o'clock buzzer and make some money. That's when it happens, 6 o'clock, 6:05. Then around 7 o'clock, we'll get another one, hopefully. I think the Lord's on our side today. Was watching FAZE, a little cheap for me, but it did make a good little run. They always do that before we get to trade. OT, I'm sorry, bud, but this is not support. I can't do anything for you in here. Sounds like you got a technical issue. May take me longer than I have time to spend with you. As soon as the live stream is over, I'll be glad to give you a hand. OT, was it working before? We got about a minute to go before the market opens. See if we can make a little bit of money this morning. Lord, please give me a stock that's more than 30 cents. That's what I want. Don't remind me, Bob. We know how tough Fridays can be. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Michael. I'm watching the board here, see what's happening. If you're new, we're watching this column. This column rates the stocks over the last 30 minutes. Let you know if the stock is moving or not. This morning, Phase took off before we had a chance to trade. It was a cheaper stock. Fridays are usually quiet. Hard to make money on Fridays. It's like everybody's taking profits. But they should run up a few before that happens, and we'll hopefully get to catch a ride on one of them. FAZE not looking so powerful now that our market is open. If you're new here, we're watching this momentum column. It scores the stocks from 1 to whatever number it ends up being. They usually start at the bottom, work their way up to the top. Sometimes they just start at the top. Once we see this number rising, we look over at the volume spike column to see if there's bullish or bearish signal beside it. If it is bullish or bearish, then we look over at the chart and we confirm that we have a crossover of the 5 and the 13 EMA. We look for these spike arrows to come in. We also monitor this first candle. And if it's bullish or bearish, you should get an indicator up here to pop in. And it'll say bullish or bearish only for this candle. Once we get a spike over here, we immediately check the volume to see if there's enough volume for us to get in and out safely. We monitor the entire volume of the stock. This is the current candle. This is the previous candle. We monitor the volume overall to see if there's more buyers or more sellers in the overall volume. So quickly we see a spike, we confirm the crossover, we look for the volume, we look for green and green, and we make our decision to buy. Or short, it works both ways. Good morning, Eddie, David, Snow, Ford. Glad you guys can make it. And ladies are always welcome too, even though I say guys a lot. In Texas, guys means everybody. Good morning, Maddie. I'm still having subscriber issues, unfortunately. I have to make everyone a member once they sign on to Discord. Have a programmer on it. It must be stumbling him as well. Looking at HUBC here, trying to make a move. Also, ULY is now taking off. So we watch them closely here. I'm not seeing a bunch of volume. This is what you want to look for. You want to monitor this current candle bar. This could have been just a single purchase. These indicators are very sensitive. They let you know the moment somebody comes in and buys or sells. HUBC. Flow, you got that right. That's the hardest thing to do, is just trust the indicators. Even for me, when I first created these, I didn't trust them. But you learn real quick they're not lying to you. They're telling you, look, it's going up. Gotta keep the faith. We're all stubborn, we're stubborn. We want to do it our way. Nice little run here on HUBC. Not in my price range, but I probably don't have to tell you that. You've heard it 1,000 times, I'm sure. And I keep saying I'm going to start trading pennies again, and I don't. I don't know. There's something there holding me back. So if you've never been here before, this is the pre-market scan. It's watching the pre-market. It's a special scan. You'll find it over in TOS Scans on Discord. And it's watching most of the pre-market. I think I was corrected on that. It's watching like 1,000 shares or 1,000 stocks down. So if anything below what's being displayed here starts moving, it's going to pop up here to the top of the screen. So we don't have to worry what's below these numbers. SPCB now moving, another cheaper penny stock. We've been on a penny stock run here for the last couple of weeks. So as long as the stock has a number, you want to pay attention to it. It's been scored that it has had activity over the last 30 minutes. And you watch for these bullish or bearish spikes to come in. The quicker you can get on them, the lower down you can buy the stock. I like starting at the bottom number, working my way up. But in pre-market, I'm just kind of clicking on what is moving. Never trade off my live stream. I repeat that over and over and over. Sometimes my delay is really big. Most of the time it cooperates at 1 to 2 to 3 seconds. Today it's running pretty good. Good morning, Greg Huntsman. Glad you could make it. Alex, and Sandra, and Alfredo. So 2 penny stocks so far. This is why I don't play them. It struggles and struggles and struggles to make 2 or 3 cents, and you lose them all in one candle. You're not really fast, you're not going to make any money. At 67, I'm not really fast anymore. Michael, I'll get to your question in just a second. Let's let this market calm down. I would like to make a few dollars. And it won't take long. It'll probably calm down about 620, somewhere around there. Good morning, Broke Joe. Alex, they always tell me age is just a number, but I think it's because they ain't here yet. When they get up there, they'll know it's not just a number, it's a condition. XRTX now moving. Good morning, MB. Here's another one starting to move right here. HUBC, I guess we've already looked at it. It may be just slightly moving. This one's higher up on the scale, so we'll stay with it for a minute. Not a whole lot of volume, but it is trickling in. It's only paying pennies. Always pay attention to these numbers and see how big the spread is between them. This is 602 to 604 to 66. I said that wrong. 62 to 64 to 66. So it's 2 pennies. I'll get it right here in a minute. I guess I'm still half asleep. Couple pennies per number. Not a lot of money there if you get in. Good job, Dana. Bob, I do have quite a bit of common sense. I got wisdom too. The older you get, the wiser you become. Currently, no more spikes happening. Couple of stocks dropping. Good morning, James. Michael Wallace, calm down. Let me address your issue or your question. This is my trading screen here. In order to change these buttons to buy the ask and sell the bid, you have to click this gear icon here. Whatever you have here as far as buy and sell, remove it and search for buy the ask, which is here, and sell the bid, which is down here. You can move them over just by simply clicking these buttons. Remove that one, add this one. Make sure you have TIF on your side over here as well. This TIF allows you to change from extended hours to market hours. Also search for, what's it called? Well, I'm not going to find it on that side because I have it over here on this side. Auto send right here. Make sure it's over on this side as well. Once you get that set up, just click apply and OK, whatever it is. So I'm using the buy the ask, sell the bid, or join the ask, which is a sell. It's not necessarily joining. Then you select this TIF here for your day or extended hours, and mine was on day. This is the auto send I mentioned. If you put a check mark here, when you click one of these buttons, you better be ready because it's going in. You won't have that little pop-up down here anymore. So this is your in and your out instantly. If you need to review this video will be available after the live stream. XRTX on the move. Harry, flatten now. Let's say you made a purchase of a stock for 50 shares, then you added 20 shares, then you added 50 more shares, and you lose track of how many shares you're actually in for. If you hit flatten now, it will sell all of them. And I'm known to forget how many shares I'm in, but it does show you on ThinkorSwim and Active Trader how many shares you own. But instead of having to type in the total amount of shares that I actually purchased and then hitting sell, I hit flatten now. It's a good idea if you're not familiar with ThinkorSwim to get on YouTube and say, how do I use Active Trader, or how do I create scans, or how do I do anything in ThinkorSwim? Look up those videos and watch them until you learn the platform. That's where most people start. There's a lot of information on YouTube. You are welcome, Michael. Harry, I just described the quick way to sell. When you click that when you check auto send and you put the buy the ask and sell the bid, you're in and out instantly in most cases. The only reason you wouldn't be out instantly is if you got into a stock with very low volume. People seem to be able to buy them easy, but if there's nobody else buying and you're trying to sell, you may be delayed on your sell. That's why we concentrate on higher volume so we can get in and out easily. Nothing happening currently. That was our 6 o'clock rush, a couple of penny stocks. I saw Mara moving this morning. I don't know if it still is. It's not on my chart anymore. Like to keep an eye on that one. It's a good play, possibly the run from $8 to $14 if it can recover from being beaten down over the last several months. I've been trading Mara for 10 years, I guess. It's been a very rewarding stock in its day. I know it's going to recover just like everything's been beaten down, but eventually it'll come around. You are welcome, Harry. It's good to make that personal watch list and keep those favorites in it. You can trade them over and over again. So as this pre-market is moving, not necessarily keep all the movers, but keep the ones that you made money in and watch them throughout the day. They will be the most active, in most cases anyway. So where you made money in pre-market around 9 or 10, maybe 10:30, that stock may move again. You may have a second shot at the same stock. If you don't know how to make a personal watch list, you can search it up on YouTube. How do I create a watch list in ThinkorSwim? There's many, many videos out there to help you on your journey. Good morning, Gregster. That is correct, Eddie. Get to know your favorite stocks. You can become personal with them. Learn their movements. Chart them on a yearly basis. See when they move, what months they move the best. I used to play Ford stock regularly. It had $1 swing every day, sometimes every other day, in its good times. So when you find those that move, they have an ATR range of 1, that would be $1. And they do it continuously, that's your moneymaker. A little bit slow right now. OT, did you get your pre-market scan working? Good morning, David. Knight. $78 people this morning. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. OT, if you know how to get to your scan settings, I will show you mine. You can compare. Since we're slow right now in the stocks being posted. So if that'll help you, that might get you going. I don't know what you have loaded on your computer. I don't know if you had the momentum scanner and the volume spike, these very important tools. These two columns right here are your money maker. They're going to show you where the dollars are or the pennies. And we take them over to the chart, hopefully jump in on a run. That's what we do. Scalp a little bit and get in and get out and maybe pay for lunch or pay for the mortgage payment. It all depends on how good of a trader you are and how many shares you buy. OT, I always say grow as your account grows. If you are making money, making profit a little at a time, when you can afford that next monitor, then you can expand. I started small too. I started on a little home-built computer back in 1990. We had nothing like this to trade with. Here's one starting to move here. HUBC trying to make another bounce. Got to stay focused up here. If you don't, you could miss the next one. So while this one's moving, I'm still watching over here. My eyes jump back and forth. I've seen many times you get distracted on one and there's a much better one up there. So stay focused. That's the one only paying 2 pennies per number right here. OT, I'm going to show you my pre-market scan setting. It should be the same as yours unless you've changed it. Let's see, I don't think I'm on the right scan. I'm not. Let me change that over real quick. These are my pre-market numbers, 25 cents. I've selected mark as my price. That's the one that shows up in pre-market. No maximum for me. You need to set the price range you can afford to trade. Mine is wide open for everybody. Minimum volume of 10,000. I had the after hours percent change at 2%. Extended hours is checked and 1 minute. Don't expect your stocks to match mine. They don't have to. Just set your price range that you can afford to buy. Good morning, Chris, Crypto, Kenneth, ALV. Pedro, that's a lesson in itself. Since we're scalpers, I don't hang on to anything. Once the stock takes off, let's say I jumped in here, I don't even wait for a peak. If I buy enough shares and I've made enough money within this run, I get out. I don't wait on the next candle, red candle. So when I'm in profit, or before I even get in a stock, I determine how many shares do I need to buy to at least make a certain amount of money, a minimum. I don't know your minimum. Maybe yours is $30. It might be $3,000. I don't know. But looking at this stock paying only 2 pennies per number, I would have to buy 10,000 shares to make any money. That's why I don't buy penny stocks. I like getting in just a couple of times a day. Make enough money with just a couple of trades, not sit here and trade all day. But I try to catch a piece of this stock in the middle of the run with enough shares to make a profit. And I'm out. I'm done with it. I don't look back. Every time I do, I lost another $1. But it don't matter as long as I'm in profit. I know they're going to continue to run or fall after I'm out. But you want to just get your piece when it's powerful, when it's really flying, slip in there and slip out. Hopefully you can do that unnoticed. So if I think a stock's going to move 20 cents, I'll just use 20 cents as an example. And I'm looking to make $200. I know I need to buy 1,000 shares. Now, can I slip in there and get my 20 cents? And on a strong run, you usually can. On these cheaper stocks, you may have to settle for a nickel or a dime, sometimes pennies if it's a stock like this one. That's why I like the stocks above $3, $5, on up to $50. The higher the price, usually the bigger the move. So if you get a $10 stock that you think might move $1 and you buy 1,000 shares, you made $1,000. If you can get in and get out and catch that $1. If you only catch half of it, you still made 500. Good morning, Coach. So every morning we just sit here and watch numbers. And it's 6:30. Let me do my walkthrough. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder, and I write my own scripts. You will not find these on ThinkorSwim unless you join our Discord and our community. Have all of the files listed in Discord. Everything starts with YouTube. If you're not a subscriber of our YouTube channel, I will post a link down in the chat. Subscribe to my channel. That's how I earn a few pennies. Once you subscribe, like the videos, watch the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing. In the link below the video in the description, there's a link to our Discord to join Discord. Once you join Discord, you may have to wait a few minutes. We're suffering a few sign-up issues, but if you get into Discord and you don't see any channels, just give me time to turn the membership on, and all the channels will pop in. Hopefully that bug goes away soon. And once you're in Discord, head on over to the how-to videos. Watch the how-to videos to get yourself familiar with ThinkorSwim. There's an install video for these scripts and labels for you to watch. Over in TOS scans, I have a list of scans I've created throughout the years. Over in TOS scripts, you'll find some of my older scripts that may perk your interest. To get this set up, you want to head over to Current Setup and install step 1 through 4. And your screen will start to look like mine. This is all I use during the day, this and a couple of scans on multiple monitors. Never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed, and that delay can be extreme at times. It's running good today. On Discord, we have a lot of channels. You can go over to our trading floor where Gregster and River Place Dad are posting their stock picks. They do their due diligence for you. Visit their channel for some good plays. We have Options Trader with It's Me Bob. He's over there teaching some pointers on options if you don't know about them and want to learn. He also holds a live stream when he has enough participants. If you want to get deeper into options, join us on YouTube and on Discord. I'm building one of the biggest, hopefully, communities of traders sharing information. Once you learn some little tricks or tips, I'm hoping you join me sharing information and help us build this community. We're all brothers and sisters in real life, and there's no sense in not patting each other on the back and helping each other out. I really appreciate everyone that's on board, helping with support and other questions and ideas. That's what makes it work, and I'm very happy for you being there. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Niner fan. And I would almost bet that some of you can repeat that introduction. Frank, that would be a question for technical support. So could you leave me a message over in support? I think it's called ticket support. Just click on there and create a ticket, and I'll get to you after this live stream. Crypto, I'm trying to meet everybody's needs. We have beginning traders here. We have experienced traders here. We have professional traders here. So I kind of leave my price range wide open. And pre-market is mainly penny stocks, dollar stocks, $3 stocks. We've seen some $8 and $10 stocks. So I'm not selecting penny stocks. I'm just scanning for whatever's moving between 25 cents and unlimited. So whatever pops up is what we play. If it's in your price range, then grab a piece of it. If it's not, just let it slide on by like I do. So we're not just a penny stock company. There's large cap traders as well. But in pre-market, you're kind of limited in the price range. I find that I make a lot more money in pre-market than I do regular market hours. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes that statement's not true because sometimes pre-market doesn't cooperate. In pre-market, you're not fighting the battle of millions of people trying to buy or sell what you're trying to buy. It's kind of limited on buyers and sellers. Easy for the buyers to outnumber the sellers. So there's money to be made in pre-market with these two indicators, bringing them up to the top for you. Crypto, if you were here on that morning when we saw a $3 stock go to $60, you would know definitely why I trade pre-market and why I don't mind penny stocks popping up every now and then. We've even had one go from $3 to $14. It's those winners like that that you wait for in pre-market. There's no halt in pre-market. We can drive them as high as we can as long as there's enough buyers on board. Yes, sir. About 2 months ago, maybe 3 by now. It's still stuck in my head. Can't get rid of it. It was a good profit day for me and for many others. Bob, I think it was the shock of people not knowing that that can happen. I've seen it many times throughout my career. I did not catch all of them, so I'm not going to go there. But even I was shocked that a stock could do that at the beginning. Like, wow, why wasn't I here before? And in reality, when you see a $3 stock get up to $5, $6, $7, you think it's at a top. And then you're afraid to get in. Then it jumps up another $2 or $3 and you're more afraid to get in. Before you know it, it's way up there and you should have got in. That's what happened on that day. Hollywood, I don't remember the symbol either. Another penny stock moving here. Actually, it's the one that was moving earlier before our market opened. You cannot be emotionally involved if you're trading. If you have an emotional feeling, if you have doubt, You need to correct that issue. Usually you can correct it by buying smaller amount of shares and retraining yourself that it's okay to take chances. We all lose. Don't let the thought of losing get planted in your mind. It's rare if you trade regularly. You're going to lose 3 or 4, sometimes out of 10 trades. Sometimes you're going to win 9 out of 10. That's always variable. But it's a stock market. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. The best thing you can do is focus on making more winners than losers. So if you have fear of getting in, just try 10 shares. Build your confidence back. Don't be afraid to take chances, because if you're afraid to take chances, you're not going to make any money. It's like fishing. If you don't have your line in the water, you're not going to catch a fish. If you're a beginning trader, I highly recommend you just do 10 or so shares at a time. Really, paper trade, use on demand before that even happens if you're new. Practice will make you better. I still practice, and I've been at it for over 30 years. I'll be sitting in my recliner, on demand is on, and I'm just watching TV occasionally, looking over at the screen. Okay, that looks like an entry, click. I'm continually training myself. I guess I have stock market addiction. I don't know, but I love it. Hollywood, try getting out and getting back in. Usually that fixes the issue. I am putting it out in 1080p, so it should be pretty good on a TV. Good morning, Robert Pro. Yeah, usually the blurriness can be cured just by getting out and getting back in. Pedro, so you must be an investor business daily person like I was. Now I just watch numbers all day long. I watch these 2 columns, and I just lied. I don't do it all day long, and you know that. I quit at 9:30, and I'm usually done for the day or doing other things that need my attention. I don't like sitting here all day. HUBC still bouncing around. Got to stay focused over here. Good job, Dana. This is how easy it is to find them. We just wait on numbers to start moving, click on them as soon as we see them, and you have a possibility of maybe an entry or maybe a not. You have to really know what's going on with price action. And that'll all come natural over time. You are welcome. I guess it all depends on what server you get hooked up to. I'm pretty sure some of the servers get overloaded with the live streamers in the morning. PSEC. Volume is frozen. Could be just a single purchase. That's how sensitive these indicators are. If these bullish and bearish numbers are not moving, there's not a lot of volume in that stock. Yeah, you never know what kind of buy it was. I mean, at least we knew about it. That's the most important part. We knew there was activity over there. Hollywood, I'm using Frontier and it's doing pretty good for me. I think it runs around 897 to 900 up and down, which is a very good connection. I haven't had any issues with it. Frank, I'll take a look at it in a little while. I can't do any tech support right now, and I'm about the only one that can handle that type of issue. Or if I get a little break here soon, I will focus on that while we're in a dead spot. Niner fan, if you were already a subscriber before the upgrades, then you don't need to do anything about it. Is it a pop-up for you? Is it asking you to verify? Is it one of those annoying things, or are you clicking on verify? Niner fan, go ahead and click it and see what happens. If it kicks you out, let me know in this live stream. Maybe it's not seeing you as verified and it's asking. Yeah, those are all scripts that are on board. Nothing is a spammer on there. That's exactly why I upgraded. SPCB. Frank, what is your name over on Discord? Frank, are you High Rock? Okay, let me take a look at it. Frank, I'm not seeing anything wrong with your subscription, so it's going to take some more technical work. I'll do that after the stream. You maybe have a pop-up blocker activating and it's keeping you out. I really don't know the issues till we dig in deeper. Shot, are you having issues as well? Shot, I just turned you on. You should see all the channels now. That's the issue, the sign-up issue we're having. It's not making you a member once you agree to the terms. Hopefully he gets through it today, but he's actually sleeping until my evening time, so the resolution won't come till later today. Shot, see if that resolved your issue. You should be able to see channels now. Good deal. Kind of bad for me. I'll have to sit at the computer if he doesn't resolve this soon all weekend and turn people on. Well, not turn them on, but make a member out of them. I guess it does turn some people on, though. LiPo on the move here. The first group of buyers came in. Let's see if the second group comes in and runs it up even further. Once the stock takes off, we're one of the first to know. And it'll run up and pull back a little bit, and then everybody else finds it and it runs up a little more. Still trying to climb a little bit more. The volume's not the greatest, but it is. They are piling in. This may be the next run up for LiPo. Be careful though, it's kind of weak. Good morning, RBD boy. So that 7 o'clock hour did not do anything for us. That's typical for Friday. This stock's still trying to climb. Sure would like to see the buyers pile in. Would like to see it break this level here. Would really like to see hundreds of thousands in this current volume bar, not just 35,000. Somebody on Discord, could you click on ticket support, just create a blank ticket and submit it so I'll know if it's just this one individual or do I have a system error? Just create me a ticket and I will see. If you're able to do it, then it's going to be the subscriber issue. Yeah, I'm seeing tickets activating. Thank you very much. So you cannot type text. Okay, I'll make a note of that. Thank you guys for your help. Nothing currently moving. While it's quiet, I'm trying to figure out this support thing. If I'm able to correct it, or do I need the programmer to jump in there? LIPO did not successfully break that level. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with it on my end. It's controlled by a bot. So that's something I'll have to dig into after this live stream. Yeah, I'm about ready for that second half a cup of coffee. Thank you, Niner fan, for that information. I will send that over to the programmer. Maybe that's how it works, but if it's that difficult that people just click on it and they don't know to do step 2, that's the kind of things I don't like. If you create a ticket, you should be able to just type. Maybe that's the way it works. So I'll have to somehow get that message out. HUBC, you'll hear me repeat this all the time. If it's not moving in these numbers, I have no opinion on any stock. I don't try to predict what a stock is going to do. The prediction is for real right here in these two columns. Guessing is not a part of my trading. Another penny stock bouncing around here. It's one of those one or two purchase things. You're welcome, Niner fan. So don't expect too much on a Friday. Fridays are usually slow. We'll get one or two at market open, pre-market open, that is. Then it starts slowing down. We may get another run here around market open, I believe. Usually 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's the two time frames in pre-market that are actually going to maybe have news or something to promote a stock. We know of the activity if it's good news by monitoring these two columns. I don't go searching for news. You may search for news if that's how you plan your day. If it's good news, it'll be right here in these two columns. If it's bad news, it'll still be here in these two columns, but going down. Let's run up the list here, see if anything might be crawling around. XRTX, another cheaper stock. It's bouncing a little bit. This is why I like starting at the bottom. If this stock takes off, you can get in early. So don't just stick with the one that's on my screen. You should be going up and down this list trying to find bottoms. If they have a score in the momentum indicator, they're moving or moved. If you're new here and just popping in, we're watching this momentum indicator that I wrote couple months ago, maybe a month ago, and it tracks stocks as they're moving. It gives them a score. If they move a little bit, they may be a lower number. If they're moving a lot, they will work their way up the list. We watch for these volume spikes to pop in beside these numbers. Once you get these bullish or bearish signals, that means the stock is moving up or down. And it has had activity over the last 30 minutes. So this column here is watching stocks for 30 minutes. If there's a little activity, then a pause, a little more activity, then it'll score that stock. The higher the number, the better the movement. Once they take off, they work their way up the ladder, and you'll see this bullish signal really kicking it, and this number will be rising. Just confirm that you have enough volume to get in and out safely. So if you missed my short education on yesterday's live stream about support and resistance lines, go back and watch that live stream from yesterday. It pretty much nails it on support and resistance. Really important you get support and resistance levels in your brain. They work. It's a good way to trade. Be a little bit more confident in your purchase and your sell. Hey, the last 5 people that signed up, if you recently joined, you are now a member. You should be able to see the channels. It's going to be a busy weekend. Yesterday, I think we got 35 or 40 subscribers. Already 5 to 7 this morning. I'll make sure I turn you into a member as soon as I see them. See you later, OT. Appreciate you joining us. Have a blessed day. Quiet Fridays. It's a little boring at times. Just be patient. Something will happen. Good morning, SB. WHLR making a small move here, only moving pennies again. Even the higher price stocks, they're not really putting out huge profits. I've seen $30, $40 a share move 10 cents a day. Waiting on better days. It's coming. I can feel it. Just pray about it. It'll happen. Greg, I'm sure that can happen. We fight this battle all the time about my stocks aren't like your stocks. I think it's more or less a ThinkorSwim issue because most of us have the same settings and we still don't have the same stocks. Could be the refresh rate. You could refresh before me. Mine might be stuck and not refreshing. I don't know. It seems to be refreshing. I think lipo popped up earlier on mine. Refreshing my scan. Let's see if it pops up. It refreshed and it's still not there. So maybe it's not moving and it's not worthy of being on my list. I don't care if they go away and they're not doing anything. That just clears the table for me. Bunch of cheaper stocks moving this morning. They're only paying out a couple of pennies at a time. Not really impressed with those. EJ, I have an options channel that, yes, they are using these indicators. Once you subscribe to Discord, join that channel, talk to a few of them. They're willing to help you. They'll tell you what's working, what's not. I know it's working because I created the V6 indicator for the options traders. But V4 works as well on options. but I think they prefer the V6. Don't be afraid to reach out to the community. That's why we're here. Everybody's helping everybody. Get to know other traders. That's very important. They may have that one answer you've been looking for. Mr. Ford gave me an answer yesterday that I was looking for. Good morning, George P. I have no data on NKTX other than we saw it move a little bit yesterday. It's not in my list this morning, so I don't let it bother me. It's not moving, I don't care. I want the movers. While we're slow, and if you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder, and I write my own scripts. You won't find these scripts on ThinkorSwim, but you can get them for free on our Discord. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where you start. That's where YouTube pays me for a cup of coffee or a donut. Watch the videos, like the videos, and comment on the videos. Let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing here. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing. In the description of each video, you'll find the link to our Discord. Join that link. Click that link to join our Discord, and if you have issues with Discord, just give it a few minutes. I'm experiencing some sign-up issues. I will manually activate your account as soon as I get time to do so. Over on Discord, start with the how-to videos. If you don't know about Discord and you don't know about how to install scripts and labels, or indicators in your watch list, there's a video that explains that. Once you get everything installed, you can explore our other scripts. You don't necessarily need to load them all, just the current setup, which is steps 1 through 4. And that'll set you up just like this screen here. It'll give you these indicators, these labels, this bullish and bearish, and these 2 indicators here. Once you get all set up, come to these live streams in the morning and learn how to use them. It's not difficult. It may be if you're a beginner, but you will soon catch on. Sometimes it's hard for an experienced guy because these indicators are new and many people don't know how to use them. But they're not hard to learn. Over on Discord, you'll see a support ticket. I'm currently having a few issues there too. We've recently done some upgrades. They're getting cleared out as fast as we can find them. So if you create a support ticket, also click on the ticket name and you'll be able to type text and submit your support ticket. Never trade off of my screen. Sometimes it's delayed as much as 5 minutes. Today it's running pretty good at 3 to 4 seconds. Once you're in Discord and you're all set up, visit our other channels. We have large caps for all the large cap traders. We have our trading floor where Gregster and River Place Dad are doing their due diligence on stocks and posting the best ones they can find. When you get good at it, go ahead and post your stocks there as well. Maybe you'll post something they didn't see. Visit our options trade. Interested in options? We have It's Me Bob over there. He gives some good pointers on options and occasionally holds a live stream when he has enough participants to get a little bit more deeper in detail on options. I thank you for joining us this morning. And all we're doing is we're watching these numbers. If this stock gets a score, that means they had previous activity in the last 30 minutes. Then we wait for these volume spikes to kick in. Once they do, we click on them and see if we can plan our entry. This is the pullback indicator. I also wrote this script. It consists of the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA. And I don't know how this video is coming out. I just got a video stream error from YouTube, but I'll keep going. So we wait for the EMAs to cross over, and we'll wait for these volume spike arrows to kick in. We make sure we have enough volume in the stock to make a trade safely and can get in and get out easily. We monitor this first candle. It's indicated by a label that pops in and out up here. If it's bearish or bullish, you should see the indicator pop in. We monitor the overall volume to let you know if there's more sellers or more buyers in the overall volume while the stock is rising or falling. Once you apply these together and do it over and over, it becomes very simple. It's as easy as a click. Yes, I have crossover arrows, green and green. The volume looks nice. Do I want to get in? It gets that simple. And you kind of have confirmation through these indicators of your trade. We have some beginners making a few dollars. We have professionals making a few dollars, and occasionally they lose a few dollars. It's the stock market. Not all of them are winners, but we find a lot of the winners. We don't search for stocks each morning. We wait for these indicators to pull them up. If they're going to move, they're going to pop up right here, and you don't have to go searching for them. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you have any issues, post them in the chat box. If there's support issues, go over to create a support ticket on Discord, and remember to click on the label name if you want to type something. That's one of our issues I'm trying to get corrected. If you sign up and you can't do anything, please be patient. When I get to that list, I'll make you a member and everything will turn on. And we're currently looking at Friday, where the activity is usually slow, and it is. We've only had a couple movers this morning, nothing promising. See you later, Jimmy. Have a blessed day. it's your first time here, we are in a standstill at the moment. Usually we have a little bit of action here, but the closer we get to 8 o'clock, the slower it gets. After 8 o'clock, you'll probably see some red coming in here, people covering if they're into profit, before the market opens in fear of that gap down. Since it's Friday, I do expect a gap down. It happens every Friday. We may have a little bump in the morning for a couple hours, and then it starts selling off. I guess that's people taking profits and getting back to cash before the weekend. It becomes an addiction, Robert. You have to really turn it off sometimes and walk away. I try not to stare at this thing all day long. So about 8 o'clock, I'm going to take my 10-minute break if I don't talk through it like I usually do. When I return about 8:25, we'll set up for market open, see if we can find some winners there. When the market opens, I usually don't buy the green candles when it first starts. I don't like getting caught in traps because I know behind each one of those big green candles is a big red one. I will be waiting till the market calms down. I'll be playing pullbacks. If we have a pullback, I'll explain it to you on the screen as it's happening. Man, when I say it went quiet, it went quiet. It's like it took its last breath. Now's the time to go fill your coffee cup up. Things happening currently. Probably won't happen till market opens. Enjoy your morning. Get out of that chair. Stretch your legs. Rest your eyes. Frank, it's just like this live stream. Same functionality as the V4 that you see on my screen here. If you watch these live streams in the mornings, you will learn how to use them. I don't have a video specific to an indicator other than the introduction of that indicator. I hold these live streams so that I'm certain that you know how they work. You can review any of the past live streams. This indicator's been out for a few months now. And if you watch those YouTube videos while you're there, subscribe, like them, comment on them. But they'll all explain to you what's going on here. You can watch the live stream reruns as well. It's all knowledge, it's all information, it's all good training. Good morning, Old Thumb. It's very easy. We're waiting for volume spikes. This is the V4. It's similar to the V6. We wait on that crossover and these arrows to kick in. We look for a bullish signal up here, which is watching the current candle. We make sure we have volume and the buyers outnumber the sellers. All of these indicators basically work the same. Well, there's only three, I believe it's V2, V4, and V6. And also the trend chaser, which is a very good indicator. I use it quite frequently. I use it when I want to hold something more than just a few seconds. It seems to work well if I want to hang on for 5 or 10 minutes. So don't overlook Trend Chaser. It's a good one. You can't figure it out on 1 minute chart, try it on a 2 minute chart. Try it on a 5 minute chart. Find out what minute works for you on Trend Chaser. I agree, Shot. I think 5 minutes is an eternity. I'm so used to scalping. I mainly just use 5 minute for confirmation. I'm looking at a tick chart, which is even faster. 1 minute, 5 minute tick chart. That's all I ever use. Good morning to you. Back road, that's how it happens. I'll get called out. I'll be watching a stock in the morning, get called out, come back, and I missed it. I can even go fill my coffee cup up and miss them. That's just the way it is, I think. Maybe it's the Lord's way of saying maybe that wouldn't have worked out for you, so he kept you out of the trade. Back road, you have a good day out there, and God bless. All right, it's 8 o'clock. It's in the quiet zone. I'm going to take my 10-minute break here, and I'll see you shortly. All right, I am back. I see that everybody made a lot of money while I was gone. Just kidding. It looks like it's pretty dead still. ULY making a move here. Volume is quite low. Don't get too excited. Thank you for that information, Kirby. This morning we're looking for anything because nothing has been happening. Nothing really moving, not even ULY. It's actually going down. That one doesn't look good. Not seeing any volume spikes. About 15 more minutes before market opens. In about 10 minutes, we'll change over to the other scan. And it's easy. I'm just going to move this scan up here and I'll select another one for down here. I've been watching both scans. Nothing has really been performing this morning. Of course, it's Friday. That's typical for Friday. Good morning, C2. Bob, great for you to join us this morning. You have a blessed day, brother. You know, I could take care of that right now while it's dead. I'm going to go ahead and upload my all stocks again, and maybe we won't have to answer that question anymore. Make life easier for everyone. Need to get the little things out of the way. I've been working on that. All right, that one's taken care of. Thank you, Niner fan, for putting that out there, reminding me to get that straightened out. ULY has been a slow mover. They don't draw my attention when they're like that. It's like they don't want you to buy it. They jack up the price and the spread the moment it starts moving up. Maybe they're letting all their people get in first before they let us get in. Sometimes I think it works that way. But I could be wrong. I could be assuming again. Bradley, just delete yours and reload it. I just updated it. It's going to be exactly like mine. I believe it's number 3 or 4 in TOS scans. Adrian, that's going to be a support question, or leave it in general chat if you cannot get the support thing to work for you. I'll get to you after the live stream. Thank you for joining us, Dwayne. Have you joined our Discord yet? If not, I'll post a link for you. That's where you're going to find all the information and all the help. And some stock picks and a lot of people to talk to. There's the Discord link. If you have issues, let me know. When I see you sign up, I'll turn you into a member. I shouldn't have to do that manually, but we have a little issue working. So let's go ahead and change over to the all stock scan. I'm just going to move it up here. And I'm going to put something down here. I usually switch around a little bit. Let's see what might be good. I'll put the slow crawlers. Since I know it's Friday, we're not going to have any rockets, that's for sure, unless we get surprised. We have about 2 minutes to go before market open. It's going to get very volatile in this column here. Hopefully not a lot of red, but that's probably what we're going to see. This column's going to grow a little bit longer. We're going to be concentrating on these top 3 or 4 up here, or really anything that's green. We're going to be looking for volume spikes to kick in like the one you see here with the WBUY starting to take off. We may see a few of them get pumped up before market open, but be aware they're going to sell off before market open too in most cases. So it's like a quick in or out while they're pumping it if your fingers are fast enough. It's a gamble play. It's totally up to you. If you want to gamble your money, that's your call. I just wait till market opens, wait for the pullbacks, play the stronger stocks that may return upwards. Since this stock has been pumped up before open and not pulling back, this may be one that's going to run up at open. We'll see in about 20 seconds. I'll keep the screen on it and see what happens. Kind of rare that it pop up and then hold its price. Especially rare on a Friday. WBUY, and it just took a big red candle. Could have been a pumper's trap. It's still the one up here close to the top. It's not moving now, though it may have gone into a halt. That's always a bad Friday. You get stuck in a red candle halt, especially if it's halting down. Why I said use caution. LIPO making a small move here. Let's see which ones run up and then pull back and then run up again. That's the ones I'm interested in. ULY, giving it a try. I'm not giving it a try, it's giving itself a try. It's undecided at the moment. At this point, I don't care if it takes off. If it does take off, I want to play the pullback and then the second run. If it cooperates. Good morning, Nick. Glad you could join us. Watching these top green ones, that's the ones I'm interested in. If you see something building down this volume spike list, you may want to check on it. Not seeing any percentages growing in these top ones that are scored. LIPO did have a pullback. It pulled back down to here, and it's trying for a second run up. So we made it to here. We pulled back to here. Looks like it does not want to break through 252. So this would be resistance up here that I marked. This would be the support level. Now we're breaking through. This candle needs to close above 252 for it to be a confirmed breakthrough. It's acting like a Friday stock. You are welcome, Nick. If you have any questions, just contact me through Discord. I'll be there to help you. And so will many others. If I can't reach out to you, they will. Bunch of cheaper stocks this morning. Saw somebody mention TPST earlier. I hope you were short. So looking at TPST, would have to break this level here for me to be interested. We need to break through resistance, come back down and retest it and shoot up. So we did break through. It's not confirmed yet. The candle did not close. That's not a sign to get in. Now we're going breakthrough. We came down and retested. It may run up from here. Working out nicely. This is why you wait for these resistance lines to be broken and then retested. That candle immediately came back down and retested and shot up. It may have more in it. Was quick activity, you would have had to been pretty quick to grab a hold of some. And it's not going to hold, it looks like. Either that or profit takers taking that little bit that they got. TPST struggling. May come back down and retest this 612 again. Or it could pump up a little more. It's unpredictable at the moment. Let's take a look at Mara. Mara's inching its way up. Looks like it had quite a bit of resistance on this candle. The sellers came in and drove it back down. Let me clear the lines here on Mara. We'll mark some new ones. So this is the level we want it to break through. It'll show its strength here if it has the power to jump back through, come back down and retest and take off. That's what I call pullbacks. This was the low of the open. Yeah, it's like picking dogs at the dog track. I used to do that. That's really gambling there. Yeah, I've done the horses as well. I guess that's how they had the long shot word come up, because it's definitely a long shot. Looks like Mara's pumping out the nickels. Need to hold that level, hold above that level. LiPo looks like it may give a little, take a little, give a little, take a little. Not my kind of play. Nice gains if you're in it. Looks like our volume spikes are disappearing. Now that all of the orders are settled in, this is where we would find the stronger stocks. They will come back and play and start rising. LiPo holding its price here. It may have more in it. It did make it to the top of our list. We didn't get to experience the 65% gain. That's probably since pre-market open. This is going to be a new level here. It's having trouble getting through. This LiPo seems to be one of the only few bullish at the top of the list. Having trouble with 268. It'll probably eventually come back down and retest 252. Looks like we're going to be stuck here. The buyers will give up and drop it back down is what happens. We'll keep an eye on it. If you've noticed the last several mornings when we had a stock just start consolidating sideways, it eventually did break out to the upside. If this stock can hold its price in this level, it's probably going to be a good chance it'll break out. But if we start pulling back, it's going to be over for that stock. PIXY, very low volume, but moving up. It's down here in the slow crawler scan. It's a very good scan to put on your computer if you don't have it. These are stocks that are crawling slowly up throughout the day. But be careful on Fridays. People are waiting for anything to pop up so they can get out. PIXY, Pixie. Doesn't have enough volume to satisfy my desire to buy any. HUBC, cheaper stock, 75 cents, moving up slightly. I'm sitting on my hands. I don't like these cheaper ones. LIPO still consolidating, moving horizontal. That's always a good sign, in my opinion, to keep an eye on these kind of stocks that have moved up at open and are now holding their price. So we'll keep an eye on it. It could go from 270 to 370. Who knows? List is getting a little bit longer. These are going to be the stronger stocks that are moving this morning. Looks like LiPo is going to pull back. But they may buy up what they're selling and keep it up there towards that 268 level. In all honesty, I know Fridays I'm sitting on my hands. I know that once a stock pops up on Friday, they sell it off to get out of it. Those who have been sitting on it for a while. I'm looking at the SPY. It went up a little bit, but now it's starting to pull back slightly. TPST still needs to break that level. Another flow of volume. I'm not seeing anything really climbing to the top and really kicking it. LiPo still down. Old Thumb, I hope you picked up on at least half of that. Or maybe you're just doing like me, clicking through to find a promising one. I'll take a look at MTC. We need something here. It's not happening. Nice bump up there. Good call, Old Thumb. Nice rise. HUBC. Looks like these lower price stocks are just they're creeping slowly. Mara's still struggling. HUBC, a 77-cent stock, giving a few pennies here and there. In KLA, been unpredictable all week. Run is kind of running flat. LiPo never did break through 268, and now it really dropped. Probably over for that one. CLSK. Looks like we could have a slow crawler here. It's only giving out pennies. Don't get too excited. 22 to 25 to 28. So AT&T made a run earlier. It's kind of leveling off now. These are the earnings plays down here. They're not too exciting. MTC, I'll go back to it. The SPY is falling. MTC may make a pop here if we can get these sellers out of the way. It's like the sellers are pretty much equal to the buyers. See you later, Niner fan. You have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. I think I'm going to take a small piece of MTC just to see where it goes. See if we can get that pop here. I'll take that. It was a quick $90. That's a little bit of money that pays for dinner. If we can come back and retest 267, I may try it again. See, I can always look back and say, well, if I would have held it, I could have made 180. You're always going to have that. Now I could have made 250 maybe. Nice gap up on MTC. But I got my piece in the middle. That's all I care about. It's profit. I'm hoping for a retest of 267. May not get it. It may keep going. I got out because I thought we were going to go into a halt. That was my main reason. It gained more than 26 cents by the time I got in. I don't know why it didn't halt. That's why I think there's an unfair advantage in the market. Why do some halt and some don't? We may be coming back down to test that 267. I'll go ahead and throw a level in here. 295 was the close of the candle. YouTube is telling me there's not enough video stream. There's that 267 test. Does it have more to give? That's the question. The volume is dying off. We went from a couple 100,000 shares being traded. That last candle was 73. Looks like we're going to go back up to retest 295. But on lower volume. We did gain some volume back. It did double on the previous candle. Or almost double. Yeah, it is double. Good job, Danish. You beat me, bro. That's easy to do, though. I had to make something. I didn't want to get skunked today. Looks like we may catch that 295 here soon. There it is. Some big sellers at $3, 17,000 shares. Now 19,000. Now 21,000. Now 25,000 at $3. Looks like those orders executed, pulled it back a little bit. Now that they're out of the way, we may run up a little more. I'm actually telling the story about this stock. This is the story you need to be able to tell. You need to be able to say, okay, it's breaking this level. It's probably going to run up and set a new level. It's going to pull back to this. You need to be able to talk your way through that trade. That is so important. Not really hard. I tell that story through support and resistance lines by watching volume, by watching these spikes, and by watching these numbers. I'm also watching a tick chart and a 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart still looks good on this stock. Even though it's pulling back, we may hit the 267 level again. If the 5-minute chart still looks good, it may return back to 295. The 15-minute chart is still green. I don't trade off of the 15. I use it as confirmation. The 5-minute is pulling back, even though I said it still looks good with the red candle. Red candles don't mean it's over. In most cases, it's profit takers, and it'll return back to a certain level. But sometimes the red candle is telling you the truth, and it'll pull way back down. Got to keep a close eye on multiple things at one time. Yes, we are, Steve. So we're holding this level again. We held it down here, and I said it would probably break out. Or maybe that was another stock, but the same scenario. Whenever they're holding a level, look for breakouts. Holding a level, maybe we'll have another breakout. These are profit takers, more or less. They're not dumping the stock, they're taking their profits. If you like faster trading, this is what I'm looking at on my tick chart. You can also throw the 5 and 13 moving averages on this chart. You can play the dips on a tick. You can see this was a level here. And you can play it the same way as you do the higher time frames. So that stock is pulling back. And that might not be so relevant on a normal 1-minute chart. This is going to move much faster than the other time frames. Old Thumb, we know the answer to that. They can go really high when you're not in them. Let's go back to that tick chart. I'll show you that dip play was right here. I prefer they pull back all the way, not part of the way. So I'd like to see it really come down here to this 276. It is bouncing around in a zone between support and resistance. Easier to play those bounces here than over here. It's acting like a Friday. Look how dead we are over here. We're trying to squeeze lemon juice out of a lemon right now. And the lemon's been squeezed before. So does it have any more in it? That's the question. So in about 10 minutes or so, I'll be signing off from this live stream. I appreciate everybody that joined in this morning. I hope you have a blessed weekend. We didn't do so good this week, but I am green. I guess I can be thankful for that. So a green week is always good. Made about 5 trades. They were all green. That's not very many trades, but we didn't have very many stocks. Nothing I wanted to throw a lot of money at. I did a bunch of small trades. Waiting for better times. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Grabbing the chump change on my way to the end of these red days. Thank you, Old Thumb. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Steve66. Thank you, David. Thank you, Frank. So MTC holding that price range again. There may be more to come. There may not be. Just got to keep an eye on it. Market is quite dead at the moment. The SPY is falling like a rock if you haven't looked. The shorters are probably happy. The options put players are probably happy if they're short on SPY. Thank you too. It's always fun. I really enjoy this every day with you guys. Thank you, JC. Habanero, yes, sir. I'm over in Kemah, if you know where that is, just north of Galveston, on the bay side, the upper bay. Yes, sir. The flounder are good in this area. Galveston, anywhere along the coast down here. I'm waiting on that first cold front. Then I may have to miss a live stream or two. Redfish are pretty good down here as well. They've been hitting strong all year long. Nice size. Some overslots. Yeah, I'm an Astros guy for sure. Asked the wife if she wanted to go out for dinner tonight. She said, well, you know the game's coming on. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Try to tell her it's going to be playing wherever we go. She's into it as well. She can tell you all the names, sometimes the stats. Habanero, are you in the area? Maybe we can hook up one day and go fishing. XRTX may be trying to make a move here. If that's all it's got, though, maybe. I'm watching the tick chart. It's kind of pulling back on the tick chart. Habanero sounds like a plan. We'll have to get together soon. As you know, I'm in recovery, so I can't do much right now. That'll be over in a couple weeks. But I would love to go again. I always love to go. I'm a blue crab lover as well. I absolutely love blue crabs. But what I love the most is that deep blue water offshore. That's me right there. Red snapper, groupers. Love going out there seeing the whale sharks, the flying fish, the deep blue water. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a weekend. As I said, have a blessed one. I really appreciate everyone joining us. And if nobody told you they loved you today, I just did. Don't lose too much money today. Hang in there if you're trying to make a few pennies. Make the right decisions. Watch the charts. Watch for pullbacks. And I'll see you guys on Monday morning. And as always, God bless.